Hello there. Tonight's brush is my Plisson Maison du Barbier, or House of the Barber. We'll set it there to soak for a bit. Yeah, I know it's a synthetic. I soaked my synthetics. Our soap tonight is Yulay Achilles. Now this is a tobacco bourbon type scent. And I can tell you that the tobacco is the prominent note in this powerful tobacco scent. Smells lovely, but the bourbon is there in the background, and it shares a little bit with the tobacco. There are also woody notes in this. Yulay says you might get some cherry. Well, I'm getting a bit of sweetness, but I'm not quite sure whether that's the bourbon or whether maybe some of the cherry might be pulling into it. But it's a lovely scent, and we're going to give it a whirl tonight. So let me move, excuse me 1 second. Let me move down to the sink. And we will get this party started. Now, I do soak a synthetic brush. You don't have to. It's just I'm used to doing it with everything else, so I do it with the synthetic too. But the thing of it is, with the synthetic brushes, you want to get it wet, but you have to be really careful not to. You have to be really careful to get most of the water out of a synthetic brush, or just as soon as you start to lather with it and push on the brush at all of that water is going to come running out, and it's going to be a big, fat, honking mess. I dropped the lid there. I need to bend down and get that. Alright. So I think that'll do on the loading. We shall see. But Yulay is always lovely soap. This scent is wonderful. I said before, I stayed away from a lot of tobacco scents because I was thinking, quite honestly, it's going to smell like an ashtray or a cigarette or something like that, and I just didn't want anything to do with it. But I've really come to find that there are some fantastic tobacco scents out there. The tobacco leaf is the predominant type of scents, I think. I know that there's some cigar type scent and all that, which is absolutely lovely. And they're quite beautiful. They can be quite beautiful. That's good there. They can be quite beautiful scents, and the ones that I have tried have all been fantastic. And I'll try more as I get an opportunity to do so. But typical Yulay performance right there. Wonderful lather. Very quickly, very easily. Let me dry my hands. Well, getting a little ahead of myself. Let's do that again. Strength on the face is good. Smells lovely. My razor for today is my Johann Engstrom Frameback with Rosewood scales. And I'd say I've got like a day and a half's growth. 2 days really. I skipped shaving last night. Lovely. It's making quick work. Of my beard. Nice. Sophie's got good slickness always. Always a feature of Vanulay. Sophie, I gotta say that we have got, and I'm not just talking about Vanulay, but they are a part of it. We have got some absolutely fantastic artisans in this community. Some of them have been around a while. We've got some newcomers to the game, and we've got some people that are producing some phenomenally good soaps. And if you're not checking these artisans out, you're really missing out. Now, I like the old standbys. I don't have a problem with commercial products. Parasso and Cella and Mitchell's Wool Fat and Tobbs and D.R. Harris and all of those others. You know, there's some fantastic commercially available soaps out there. But the artisans bring kind of their own personality to the stuff that they make. And they do things that, they do scents particularly that the commercial endeavors, they just won't do them. Get my trouble spots. And, I never dreamed. It's like I was talking to a friend of mine the other night. And we were talking about the vintage gear and stuff. I like old vintage straights like what I'm shaving with right now, and old vintage Gillette razors. And And I like restoring the old vintage brushes and all of that. And I've always liked I want to say antiques because I really wasn't. I'm really not talking about that. I never was a collector or somebody that was worried about what, something was worth because it was old or anything like that. But I've always liked my chin's being stubborn. There we go. I've always liked vintage things, older things that were made better than the way they make them nowadays. Unless you want to spend money. No. And I never in my wildest dreams imagined that that would connect with shaving. And it's kind of the same thing with the artisans, whether we're talking about an artisan soap maker or a brush maker or whatever, a razor maker or whatever it is that we're talking about, there's still things being made, and in the wet shave community in particular now, with a pride of workmanship and a personal touch. And that's a lot of what the artisans bring. Now, are they better than some of the commercial stuff? No. Is some of the commercial stuff better than the artisan stuff? No. But there's a uniqueness and a signature to the artisan's things. Monica Gillam, for example, there's a signature to her soap. There's a character in the way that she builds a scent that I can recognize. There's a particular characteristic of the way the lather feels when it goes on my face that I know, okay, that's Monica Gillam's work. And it's the same with other artisans as well. We're reviewing Van Yulay right now, so I'm talking about Monica's work. But it's the same thing for several of the artisans in this community, and they leave a signature behind that's uniquely personal and characteristic of them. And we've never had it better. Wet shavers of any generation have never had it as good as we have it today. We ought to be thankful for that. Anyway, I'm going to pair this with Meisner's Black. This has a Himalayan cedar and bergamot. The Achilles has notes of cedar. If I remember rightly, the Van Yulay site's down now, and I can't get either the site's down or my server's having trouble getting to it because I can get everywhere else, but I can't open Van Yulay right now. But anyway, it says, I believe it's got some cedar and other woods in it, but I think that the dark beer, because this is made with dark beer, that's why it's called black. Actually, the ingredients on the back say black beer. But anyway, it's made with, I would assume, a good German beer. And I think that it'll go really well with the tobacco and the bourbon and the wood notes in this soap. Another thing that would probably go really well with it Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, that goes good with the tobacco. But another thing that would probably go really well with it would be something like Aqua Velva Musk. I think that would probably pair real well with most tobacco aftershaves. All right, that's been the shave and me running my big old lip. Thanks for joining me and being part of this. God bless you. And I'll talk to you later.